So we're back. I have my tea. It's very, very hot. Look at this. Look at my little tea mug. So cute. This idea came from my frequent experiences with frustration from holding things in and not knowing how to say it or the right time to say it or if I should even say it. Holding so many things in is not healthy. It causes more frustration, and you're not going to be happy holding all of that in. You know you have to say this, but there's this hesitance. Why is that? So we're going to get into all that. But first, let's talk about, why are you angry? That's the first question. This is something that you'll have to have an honest conversation with yourself about. Why am I so angry that I'm shutting down and I don't even want to speak on what's bothering me? I don't even want to. I either don't want to or can't do the healthy thing of communicating my frustrations to whoever it is that's causing me this emotion. Why am I in this current stage? Hold on, because I need some tea before I start. Okay. I thought it was going to burn me. So good. Grab your tea. If you haven't grabbed your tea already, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. Maybe some people can't drink tea, but whatever drink that relaxes you, go grab that. Grab your snacks or just relax. Whatever pleases you. Okay? So, first, why am I angry? And just a quick disclaimer, everything that I'm going to discuss, I've already dealt with those emotions, so I'm okay. And I've figured out that part of myself. Please don't comment or get worried about the frustrations that I'll be listing because I'm fine. I've dealt with it and I'm sharing this in hopes that it would help somebody. So, in the past, I've been angry because I don't feel heard. I because I didn't feel heard. I felt misunderstood. I felt like every time I do try to speak, when I do try to communicate, it either gets shut down or interrupted. So, constantly being interrupted while I'm finally having the courage to speak kind of creates this conditioning where, you know what? I'm not going to say anything because I already know you're going to interrupt me. You're going to shut it down. You're going to misunderstand me. And I'm not going to feel heard about everything that I have listed out to you or what I'm trying to list out to you. So I'm angry for those things. I don't speak up because of those things. The discouragement that comes from that. When you're dealing with people, it's a very complex art. Let's call it that. And I call it complex art because we're from different places, we have different belief systems, we're just different people. So when someone is interrupting you, when you feel misunderstood, when you start to get angry because of those things, in that moment, there's this tension that you have to fight through. And I think that tension is what can prevent a lot of people from pushing through it and saying what needs to be said, whether the tension is thick, whether we come from different places, whether your upbringing allowed you to speak or allowed others to speak, to get to the point where you can bypass all of that and still say what you need to say is very hard. And for me, I think that's been the biggest struggle when it comes to speaking up when I'm angry, because I don't like confrontation. So when I do start to feel that tension in the room, when I feel that tension within myself, or when I see the person I'm communicating with tensing up, there's a lot that needs to be pushed through in order to communicate effectively. There might be other roadblocks for communication for you. But for me, it's always the tension. Now it's okay, how do I fight through this tension? How do I get the result that will make me feel better? I think maybe that would be the next step, is to figure out what my result is. What do I want out of communicating this frustration? Okay, I want to be understood. I want someone to see my perspective. And a part of wanting that understanding is also understanding that people don't have to give you that. If people don't want to understand your perspective or even allow you the space to communicate it, that's a part of interacting with people that you also have to understand. And from there, you have to kind of figure out if you should be in the same space as this person. If you have to let this person go. Uh, that all depends on how much you can respect yourself. The result that I'm looking for is for someone to understand me, to hear my perspective. Um, when they hear me, they're actually allowing me to speak, and they're effectively listening to me and not just waiting to respond. These are the things that I would like. I would like change. I would like for this situation that we're talking about to be better, to be in a better place. I want us to be in harmony. These are the things that you have to lay out so it can sort of empower you to push through that tension. These are good things. To want to be heard and understood, it's a good want, and hopefully that can be enough to drive you to speak. So, this is the result that I'm looking for. How do I get there? That's he is doing work. Okay. Communicate. I think in moments of the times that I was angry or frustrated, in order for me to communicate effectively, I need to step away. You have to understand who you are, or take some time to get to know who you are, to get to know the parts of you, so you can know what you need in moments of tension and problems. um, so for me, understanding who I am, I know when I get upset, when I get frustrated, angry, I need to step out. I need to step outside. I need to remove myself from this space and breathe. Relax, calm down. Everything's gonna be fine. You just need to lower your temperature right now. um, so for me, that's what works. Figure out what works for you. Okay, once I step out, I calm down, lower my temperature. I go through that process, the same process that we just talked about. Put a name on it. What's making me angry? What result am I looking for? Lay it out. I think a big factor to this as well is this family? Is this my friend? Do I love this person? Is this someone who I simply don't care about? Once you have it all laid out, right? You have to just do it. You have to know that the way I feel when I'm in my own space, the way I feel when I come home, the way I feel after this interaction is a feeling that's way worse than the tension that I have to push through and just talk. It's much worse to sit in that anger when you're in your own space and beating yourself up and looping it in your mind. I should have spoke up. I should have said something. This is bothering me still. This happened yesterday. We're already moving on to the next thing, and I'm still bothered by what happened yesterday morning. I'm still bothered by what happened 3 years ago. I'm still bothered by what happened 20 years ago. I'm sure there are so many people who are still angry about the things that they didn't say. All because, there are different reasons why, but if I was in that predicament, for me, it would be because I'm scared to push through that thick tension, to now have to live with myself for the next 20 years with this anger that's just sitting in my chest. Why? Why? So, I've been, or I think I've slowly been practicing it. You have to believe in yourself a lot. You have to believe in what you're saying is important to you, is the right thing. No, this means something to me. I have to say it. It has to mean that much to you that you would say it no matter what. You would say it. You would say it even if it meant losing someone you cared about. Because living with yourself is more important than having external things. So, tea break, because I don't know why I'm getting all worked up. But I think once you believe in what you need to say enough, it'll just happen naturally. And when you push through that tension, when you push through the worry or the repercussions, it'll feel good to finally start speaking up. Um, sometimes you do have to calm down so you don't burn bridges, or so you don't lose important people in your life. You do have to calm down and gather yourself, but in some instances. But overall, speaking up, just say what you have to say. Sometimes speaking up doesn't have to be a loud orchestra. It doesn't have to be a whole situation where you have to portray yourself as someone strong. If you can just outright say it, then just say it. But if you're the type of person that you might have to say it while you're stuttering, then say it while you're stuttering. Because when you're in your own space, you can live with yourself. I know I stuttered a little bit today, but I got it off my chest. I don't have to live with that. I remember there was this man, he was standing up for someone, and he had a very thick accent. His voice was shaky, he was stuttering, but he said what he had to say. And I think people respect that more. People respect that. Like when they see that, oh, this person doesn't even care about any perceived insecurities. They don't care about being perceived as weak or, ooh, your voice kind of shaky. Like, yeah, you think you're doing your big one, but I don't know, you stuttered a little bit. He doesn't care about that. He said what he had to say. So if you gotta say it and stutter, say it and stutter. If you have to say it in your lowest voice, say it in your lowest voice until you can get to a point where you could say it in your normal tone. You can say it out loud because you believe that it's within you. It takes over you. Do it step by step. Do it in the best way you can and be genuine about it. Be true to yourself about it. There's no correct way. Well, there are, but just practice. Practice little by little. And something that helped me was recording my voice. It's nice to have people to talk to, but sometimes you might have to start that voice memo and just say what you have to say. Play it back to yourself and really listen. And it'll help you learn a lot about your tone, your voice, your delivery. For me, starting these videos, it's helped me understand my tone of voice. I remember my first video that I made. I'm like, wow, I kind of sound whiny sometimes. I sound whiny sometimes. There are times where I'll say something in the tone of a question. Oh, I just did it. And it's moments like that where you'll hear yourself, and you say, sometimes I can say things in a form of a question. Like, Being aware of that, that's important too. Because I mean, I'm starting to ramble now, but it's nice. Like, yeah, it's real empowering for me to say, oh, just say what you have to say, even if you stutter. Like, we all have this perfect image of, yeah, when I'm going to speak up for myself, when I'm going to let this person know, I want to be on point. I want to sound very confident. And you do have to. But, um, hearing yourself, learning your tone is going to help with that. It's going to help with your delivery. So, to close all of this, I will say when you get angry, so angry that you don't even speak, you don't even want to communicate what's wrong to the person who's angered you, have a conversation with yourself, either through a voice memo or take your notebook and write down, why am I angry? Why am I so angry? Why am I so angry? Lay it out. What's the result that I want when I have this conversation? Why do I even want to have this conversation? Um, is this person going to hold space for me to say these things? And if not, is this a person that I need to remove out of my life? Do it. Try it. Try it. And the people who know me, they know me very well. I will say they know my demeanor very well. It's not something that is. It's not something that's hard to put a finger on. I wouldn't say I'm someone who's hard to read. I would say I can be unpredictable, and I love that. So I think when I started to be vocal about certain things, people are surprised. I noticed that when you ruffle feathers, it makes people want to ruffle yours, which is understandable. It makes people question you because what's this? You're turning over a new leaf. You never speak up. Why are you choosing to do that now? Who's this? And that's something that you might be faced with when you do try to speak up. But I think I enjoyed every second of it to say what I need to say. It's the truth. The undeniable truth. I fought through the tension, and then everything's fine. No, it might not work out like that way in every situation, but in this one, speaking up while I was angry it was good for me. And I challenge you to do the same. Try it. Be patient with yourself and see where it goes. See where it takes you. I wish you the best of luck in your self-discovery journey. See you next time.